I look around this assembly and I see powerful men from every walk of life. Men who have been afforded amazing opportunity to travel to places many of us can only dream of. Men afforded and have had pathways open to attend some of the finest universities. These same men have had their lives enriched by having doors swung open to enter professions of their choice. I see men who have been blessed either with generational wealth, who have created generational wealth. I see men who have worked diligently to get where they are today, yet they stand on the shoulders of someone who have extended the baton for their success so their lives might be better. And even with all of that, wealth, experience, education, success, professions, I see men that still allow the legacy of fear from opening the doors of opportunities for others. That dirty 4-letter word, fear. Fear has caused this body to be on the wrong side of history, Mr. Speaker, too many times and for far too long. Fear was the reason that this body fought against women's right to vote. This body chose to not ratify the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote until 32 years after it became law. Members hid behind misinformation such as women's role is only in household affairs, that women's vote is already represented by their husbands. And my personal favorite, women are hysterical and emotional beings and should not be entrusted with the right to vote. Fear was the reason that this body fought against desegregation. In 1956, this body, the Virginia General Assembly, adopted a policy of massive resistance, using the law and courts to obstruct desegregation. They hid behind misinformation once again, that the 14th Amendment validated, legitimized the segregation of white and colored children because blacks are born inferior. And no one should be forced to commingle with coloreds. This body has long failed to recognize that all citizens are entitled to equality under the law. And here we are in the fight for women's equality. Once again, using fear and misinformation about abortion, same-sex sports teams, and women taking off their tops as a way to justify the denial of another group of their constitutional rights. The questions have been answered. The issues have been addressed. Every single delegate and state senator have received a binder of over 45 pages addressing every single concern and issue that has been brought forth by this body. Now, whether you decide to read it is up to you. But the misinformation and fear that you spread about abortion will not give you cover for voting against the ERA. Again, history will not remember the members of this General Assembly favorably. Let me be clear. The Equal Rights Amendment will help end sex discrimination, address equal pay for equal work, and end gender-based violence. As a lawyer and as an advocate, I fight for equality without an apology. Many of you have referenced your mothers, your wives, your daughters. But if you say you value women, that you support women, what I say is, prove it. Here is your chance. Today, 160 million women and girls are waiting bated breath for their constitutional equality, waiting to have their fundamental rights as human beings equal to men enshrined in the United States Constitution. If you truly believe what you say and you want to give in to fear, simply vote no on the amendment. But to fail to bring the amendment up for a vote is ignoring 81% of all Virginians, ignoring the voices of Virginians, and replacing your will for the will of the people. So you can either walk in fear or you can walk in faith and facts and join the majority of states and our brothers and sisters on the Senate side and pass the Equal Rights Amendment. Thank you.